Welcome back to another video guys, and in this one we are going to take a look at the Samsung One UI 2.1 tips and tricks for the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. Now all the tips and tricks that I am going to show you, they are applicable on other phones with the Samsung One UI 2.1 as well, but I am holding the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, which is why I am specifically mentioning this phone. You can use these tips and tricks on the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 and the S20 series smartphones as well. Now before we begin, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon as well. And if you like this video at some point, make sure to hit the like button as well. I would like to set the like target as at least 1000 likes for this video. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus's Samsung One UI 2.1 tips and tricks. Alright folks, so let's start with the very first tip, which is a new music share feature in the new Samsung One UI 2.1. Now I have the music share feature on my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, you can see it enabled here, but I don't have the feature on my Samsung Galaxy A51. So how it works is, you need to have this feature only on one phone and it's going to work for you. So here you can see that I have it turned on my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, and the Bluetooth is enabled, while the Bluetooth is also enabled and connected to the same speaker on my Samsung Galaxy A51 as well. You can see the names here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how it works. Now when you enable the music share feature, it will show you all the necessary details and it will show you the list of connected Bluetooth devices as well. So you will simply go to the YouTube application on your phone. For example, I am using the YouTube Vanced. So here, click on any music, or you can pretty much use any other music player like Spotify or anything else that you want. So on my Samsung Galaxy A51, I will launch a YouTube application as well, and I will go with the same NCS here too, just to avoid anything bad in this video. So here you can see that I have this track. So when I am playing this track on my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, okay, so now you can see that when I played a video on the Samsung Galaxy A51, it automatically paused on the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus and started playing on the Samsung Galaxy A51. So this is how the music share feature works, and it's a really cool feature. Now obviously this is not going to let you play the music simultaneously on two devices, so be careful while using it. Okay, so apparently there is another new feature which is called as Quick Share. Samsung has advertised this feature a lot, but let me tell you that it's not a new feature. It's the same old Smart Send feature. We used to have it in the devices as the Send to Device feature earlier. You could share bigger files with the same phones from the same company in a matter of a few seconds. So Samsung has just renamed that feature as Quick Share. Now I have the Quick Share feature on the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, but I don't have any such feature on the Samsung Galaxy A51. I have the Smart Send or Receive feature instead. Now here you can see that I have the phone visibility turned on. So let's say if I want to share a file from my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus to the Samsung Galaxy A51 using the Quick Share feature, I will navigate to the file. I have this 645 MB file here, long press the file and click on the share button. Now here you can see that I have the Quick Share at the top, and I previously tried this feature and I already added my Samsung Galaxy A51 here. So I will click on the Quick Share once again, and the A51 is already appearing here. You need to have the phone visibility turned on the other phone, and once the device appears here, you will just press the device and it will ask you to receive this file on the other phone. So I have got this option here. I have pressed the accept button. Now if I'll go to the notifications panel, it's sending the file, and on the Samsung Galaxy A51, it's receiving the files. So the thing is, this feature was already there. Samsung has just renamed it. It doesn't work like that. You need to have the Quick Share feature on both the devices. If your Samsung Galaxy smartphone already has the Smart Send or Receive features, it's going to work for you. Now I have tested the recent phones and almost all the phones have this feature. You will find it on all the phones like the Samsung Galaxy A10, A01 and all the phones that came afterwards. So you can see that the file is being received and it will just take a few seconds to receive this file. Let's move on to the next step now. Let's take a look at some of the new features introduced for the Messages application. Now when you open the Messages on your phone, the very first feature that you will find here is the categories. Now you can create custom categories on your Samsung phone and group the similar messages in one same category. You will just click on the new category, add category, and create pretty much any category XYZ and done. So when you want to add the messages to the category, it will automatically give you the option to select conversations. Just select the conversations and click on done. Now you will see the messages going into that particular category while the remaining conversations will appear in the all section. So you can open any conversation on your phone and click on this button here, and now here you can find the customize wallpaper option. You can select any gradient wallpaper from here, or if you wish you can apply a wallpaper from your phone's gallery as well. Alright, so the next part of tips is related to the Samsung keyboard application. Now Samsung has enhanced this keyboard and it's as good as any other third party or the Google keyboard. So in the keyboard application you have got a number of new features. For example, first of all, if you type something here, now there is a new undo and redo feature. You will swipe your fingers on the keyboard like this and it will undo the text, and you will swipe the fingers on the keyboard like this and it will redo the text. So this is a really good feature to quickly remove or bring back the text. So now you can click on the more button on the keyboard here, and here you can find the translate option. You can select which translator you want to use. For example, I want to use the Google Translator, and it will give you two languages at the top, the source language and the one that you want to translate your text into. You can select any language from here and it will quickly translate that text. Within the same more options, you will now find the keyboard size. You can now change the size of the keyboard according to your own liking. You can use it in like a one-handed mode while keeping the remaining display of the same size, or you can just make it look much bigger. Alright, so the Samsung keyboard now has got the Samsung Pass integration as well. You can just go to the more options and open the Samsung Pass. Now you can add any details from the Samsung Pass directly into your conversation. For example, I made this dummy note here which says hello, and if I will click on the hello, it will add it to the conversation. So you can create the notes, like you can create a note for your bank account details or any other contact information or any other necessary information, and add it directly to your conversation without having the need to write it again and again. There are some new themes for the Samsung keyboard application. You will simply go to the settings and go to style and layout. Now click on the keyboard themes. You will find the light, solid light, dark and solid dark themes here. So you will press the dark and it will bring a bordered layout for the keys, and if you click on the solid dark, it will remove the key borders. Similarly, if you will click on the light, you will get the same old keyboard here. It's time to take a look at the camera application's tips and tricks. So when you open the camera application, it looks similar at the first glance, but it's a feature-rich camera application now. So first of all, the very first feature that you would love to have is the quick video feature. The capture button now can capture videos on the go. So you will just long press the capture button and it will start recording a video. You don't have to switch to the video menu like before and then start the video. You can just record any video on the go. So now the question is, how do you take the burst shot pictures? Well, the feature is still there. You will just simply press and hold the capture button and move it towards the lower right corner and it will start capturing the burst shot photos. So here you will go all the way towards left and you will find another new feature, which is a new single take feature. Now this feature works for both the front and the rear cameras. This feature takes 9 pictures. The 9 pictures will have a different filter, different effects, and 2 out of those 9 pictures will be the short video clips. For example, I am switching to the front camera now and I am taking a single take picture. So here, if I am moving, it takes 10 seconds to capture this, and here we go. The single take pictures have been shot. Let's take a look at the result. So this is the result of the single take. The very first is a picture, this is a video clip, this is a picture, this is a black and white picture, this is a quick video, this is another picture, this is a live focus picture, and this is another video from a different angle. So this is how the single take feature works. So now if you go into the more options of the camera application, you will find the Pro Video mode. Now previously the Pro mode worked only for the photography, but now you can change the settings for the video, you can change the ISO, you can change the aperture, the shutter speed, the autofocus and the manual focus options are there. You can change the white balance and you can change the color tone of a picture as well. Although the Pro Video mode is one of the coolest additions in the Samsung One UI 2.1, but there is a caveat as well. You cannot shoot the ultra wide videos using the Video Pro mode. I think that it should have been there, but what can we do about Samsung? Taking a look at another new feature now, in the more options you have the hyperlapse. Now the hyperlapse has a new night hyperlapse mode. At the top you can see that I have already turned on the night mode. So if you are a fan of those light trail videos in the night, you can now record the same videos using the nighttime hyperlapse of the Samsung One UI 2.1. Let's take a look at some more features for the selfie lovers. Now there is a new feature which is the smart angle detection. Now if more than one people appear in a picture, it will automatically switch it to the wide selfie, or which is also called the group selfie mode. You can turn this feature on or off from the settings. Right now I am alone in a selfie, which is why I am switching manually, but if more people appear in a selfie, it will automatically switch to the wide selfie mode. So now there are new filters for the selfie lovers as well. When you will open the filters, you will find 3 tabs here. There are My Filters. Now if you will open the My Filters, you can see that it shows a picture. So basically it detects the colors from a picture. You can add any picture from your phone's gallery here. You can go to the gallery and select any picture. For example, I am selecting this picture. It will detect the colors of my selected pictures and give me a relevant filter for my photos. Now the beauty mode has moved to a new tab, and there are some new templates for the beauty mode as well. You can check them out here and choose the one that you like the most. Moving into the settings of the camera application now, I have already talked about the smart selfie angle. Now here you can find the front video size. Now Samsung has added the 4K at 60 frames per second for the front camera. The Full HD at 60 frames per second is already there. So now you can shoot those buttery smooth front camera videos as well. This is also one of my favorite features, and you are definitely going to love it on your phone. Now within the same settings, you can also find this new feature which says selfie tone. So the original tone that used to be there is now called the original here, and now we have got 2 modes, which is the warm and the cool. So if you want that slight yellowish tint on your pictures, you can switch it to warm, and if you want the pictures to maintain a neutral tone, you can switch it to cool. And if you want to go with all the natural colors, you will go with the original tone on your Samsung Galaxy smartphone. Let's take a look at the new gallery application features. So here you can find this new button which is to group the similar pictures. Right now the pictures are not grouped together. I will click it and it will bring all the similar pictures together and show an icon like it shows on the Buzzshot photos. You can delete the similar pictures, similar looking screenshots and other pictures with just one click on your phone. Now there is another new button. You will just simply press this button, select a few photos and create a movie on the go. Now this feature was already there in the Samsung One UI 2.0 as well, but you had to find it on your own. Now it's clearly visible in the gallery application and you can access it without any hassle. The last tip for the Samsung One UI 2.1 is a quick crop feature. Now for example, if you have any picture opened on your phone, you can quickly zoom in and here you can find this symbol. This is like a screenshot button that appears while you are playing a video on your Samsung phone. You will just click on this button and it will quickly crop the picture. It will show you your zoomed in area. Now you can see that the original picture is still there, but I have this cropped in picture saved as a new picture on my Samsung smartphone. And guys, with this our Samsung One UI 2.1 tips and tricks for the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus come to an end. Obviously, you can apply these tips and tricks on any phone that supports the Samsung One UI 2.1. This includes all other Samsung Galaxy S10, the Galaxy Note 10 and the Samsung Galaxy S20 smartphones. So let me know if you found this video useful. I would love to hear your feedback. Drop your comments in the comment section below. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up button, and if you loved it, make sure to subscribe and press that bell icon as well. With that said, I will sign off and I will see you in the next one.